Eco Journey here from the Trader of Futures. And the reason why I'm giggling here is because I know that you're going to be surprised by what I'm about to say. That I am actually looking forward to a Bitcoin ETF. Yeah, actually looking forward to it because that will open up a very wide range of possibilities for me in particular and for investors as a whole. But I want to say this right now, that there's still a huge amount of consideration for the SEC before they approve any of these. I don't know, there's 4 or 5 different proposals. One of them, I think the Van Eck, that is proposing something preposterous, that each share would be 25 Bitcoin. That's $200,000 a share. And maybe that would attract investor or institutional money, I don't know. But I also want you to consider one other thing. That last year, the cryptoverse got all up in a bunch about CBOE and CME futures, particularly CME futures, all thinking that this was going to usher in institutional money. And what happened? It created a bubble. And when those futures were actually introduced to the market, the day, December 17th, the day that they were introduced, was the top of that bubble. That's when the bubble burst. See, there is this mistaken impression that ETFs, like the futures, are going to be some giant magnet that's going to pull institutional money in and make everybody rich and Lambos and hoes for everyone. It's simply an ill-founded assumption. So, is this Bitcoin deja vu all over again? Now, the SEC has pushed off their decision to sometime in September. This gives them a little bit more time, gives people a little bit more time to sort of let this all sink in. And what I would do is, if I were you, and this is exactly what I'm going to do, I've actually already done an overview of most of the ETF proposals, but I would spend some time and really understand these ETF proposals and what they mean. Most people don't understand what an ETF is at all. What are the risks associated with it, and the underlying organizations that control that ETF, what are they bound to do? How is it going to be traded and managed? Very important. Don't sit back and think, well, just wait for it to happen. See, what I'm really looking forward to is the possibility that we can have options on these ETFs. That is exciting to me. So I am just putting out a cautionary note here that you need to do your research. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to report back in future videos very, very soon my analysis of all these different ETFs. And whether or not I think the SEC, what are the odds that they're going to actually approve one of these? Right now, I think the general consensus is that there is 90% chance, upside chance, that they're going to approve it. And I just don't see that right now, because the SEC has 2 primary responsibilities, and that's to keep stable markets and to protect investors from fraud. And right now, both of those things are losing issues when it comes to a Bitcoin ETF. It's just the way I see it right now. I don't see it at 90%. I see it at maybe 15, 20%. Now that might change depending on what happens over the next coming months. We shall see. But as I said, I'm going to start doing a detailed analysis of these ETFs, and you'll see that on the next video. But I want you to keep that in mind, you know. Are we experiencing deja vu all over again, to quote Yogi Berra? Are people so hyped up, so filled with FOMO, that they can just see their $100,000 Bitcoin before it happens? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. We'll see you next video.